see this latest, the one that's active right now, has this black thing, and this one doesn't. So um, so the next, I guess it was an accident where I actually uh, created another Fresnel fall off, and I put this number 39. Can just put it here, 39, and have the side be pure white. So and also is a Fresnel fall off. So this fall off is not this fall off. It's another fall off. It's independent from this one. Hey guys, sorry I had to pause the video just now, and when I was back recording, the computer, the Windows sort of restarted itself. So I was saying the fall off in this reflect channel is not the fall off in this blend amount. And when I render the one with the extra fall off, the result is like this. Let me open up in Photoshop. So this is the see how it's got the duplicated fall off into reflection setting, right? So when let's just say that it's extra. So let's compare with the latest render. See how remember I said the latest has the black line, and the earliest doesn't, and now the extra also the extra fall off fixed that problem, and I didn't lose all the you know all these settings, like up the Fresnel blend, and down the intensity, and all those. So I didn't refer to back to the old one, and instead actually the extra also fixed some. I saw this in some of my early models as well. This bright shading on the edges, but basically this fixed it. This fixed it. I was happy with this setup. Well, also after a couple seconds, actually I realized that this is also another problem that I had to fix. So my next test render, I decided it's a bump issue. So the next setting is, as you can see, no bump. So doing this, there's a lot of fixing, and if you can identify what the problem is, I guess it requires experience, I guess, and patience. Not that I'm saying that I'm that experienced, but now that the no bump, I'm looking at this. This is just little issue, because but no problem there. I didn't consider that a big issue with higher resolution sculpt and better anti-aliasing. The issue, this will be gone, I know from previous experiences. But now when I see this, I feel that this shader is now complete. It is largely sorry, I had the Windows crashed before, so I haven't reopened the Adam Lewis's setup, but I started from here, and I did some tweaks, and it worked for me at least. So the next test render here is just when I move the light, the V-ray light to like a front to a top light slightly above. This one's very frontal, and I can already see that I get that soft looking that I want, but also I can retain the smaller shadows, and I got all this nice specular, and this bump wasn't even the final version, but it didn't differ much from this one anyway. So after this point, obviously I was very happy with the shader. And remember earlier I mentioned from sorry, not this one, I can't double click. So as I mentioned from this one, see how I got Lee Perry Smith got this beautiful tiny speculars. I wanted that sharpness as well, which I'm still lacking here. It's there, but I'm still trying to push it. So I changed my anti-aliasing filter to sync type. Let me open up my 3D Studio Max real quick. So I changed it to a sync with a value of 9. And then I went to try further with a value of 12. Let me just compare it. So this I'll close this one because we fixed this problem, and now we are playing around with the anti-aliasing filter and see if I can push these tiny pixels out. And let's compare. So this is sync 12, let's just name it, and this is sync 9, right? And if you notice, very slightly, I guess this one is, but there is something anyways. Okay, let's just compare a like a sync 6 with a sync 12. I guess it's a more obvious comparison. So excuse me, as you can see here, I don't know if it's in the record, you can tell it from the recording, but the sync 12 has slightly more specular pattern, but there's a problem as well with the sync 12, because there's a very heavy ringing, something like this. So even the 6 one has it, but in the end, I when I rendered a full 5K res, it was so the ringing wasn't much of an issue. So I ended up rendering with not as high. The default is 3, by the way. Anyway, so oh yeah, if you let's just finish this first. So now that it's no, and then I was trying with a 9 and a sub-pixel mapping on, but anyways, and then I was back with a bump, but um, anyways. So after the anti-aliasing filter, I decided, I think I went with a 9 for this one. But anyways, doesn't matter that much. I like what I was getting. These are all the test render different views. At that same point, I was really happy with all these tiny details that I'm looking at, and the specular really sells the 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 look of the skin, where it's still soft, but and it looks, to me at least, it's slightly wet, especially for this one. But I was concentrating on the face at the moment, but I was liking it. So these are all tests, and you can see this effect. I guess with the teeth there, it's not an issue, but this is getting fake, looking fake, because you don't see this kind of, you know, um, you know, translucentness on a human lips. Probably visible around your fingers if you put it against a flashlight, um, but it's not an issue. Once we put teeth models in front, then it's not going to be an issue. And there's also gum, so the gum model. So, but overall, okay. So and then let me show also. Okay, this one's done. So I got what I wanted at that moment, which is to as best as I could reach to this point, and so I was happy with what I did, and then if you guys, I don't know if you guys know this thread, but Lee posted a series of different lighting scenarios for his head model, and I think these are really excellent. Um, it's really good. That I think it should, it should be, uh, for me, treated as like a benchmark for photorealistic, 3D, like digital double even, because these are excellent renders. So take a look at this beautiful color bleeding, yet it still retains all this hard looking, cast shadow and shadowed area. At the same time, it's it looks good. But anyway, so I was very inspired by these images, all these series of lighting scenarios. I decided to do a few. Right at that point, when you were really, like, high on your achievement that day, you just couldn't sleep, and you just kept playing around with it. So when I was somewhere, see how this is like this one, I was really trying to but of course I was lazy to wait too long, so I turned off the anti-aliasing. But I think um my the shader that I got hold up to this, so I was pretty happy. Even this one, which is, I didn't do all, but I just did what interests me. So I got all these, like, I think I did this one too with the gold. I like this very warm, kind of like a very French indie look. So just the rim, by the way. So yeah, and this one, this lighting scenario became the basis of my cool version, by the way. uh, and the warm version, I didn't pick it from here. I picked it from somewhere else. But anyways, if you can, try to try to you know do this as an exercise. I think it's really excellent, uh, and you will learn a lot just from reading the thread. I think the thread is 50 something pages. I'm not sure how long now, but it was humongous. Anyways, let's see what we are in terms of the shader. We are actually uh, done explaining this whole setup. All is done, and we will move on to the lighting and render settings, which will be much simpler, less confusing, very straightforward stuff, I promise. Anyways, that is the shader part. uh, Probably it's a lot to take, but you can just replay the videos and um, try to process the information slowly. Or anyways, we will continue with the lighting section. So but let me first pause the video and I will come back. Hey guys, welcome back. Let's continue with the lighting section, and let's just open up the file. Lighting is pretty simple. There's just a bunch of lights, an HDR. I used a dome light, and put the HDR in there instead of putting it in the environment slot. Or there are a couple of ways to put the HDR environment. One way is here. Another way is in the V-Ray environment override. There are advantage to this one. You can split the environment and reflection to, say for example, this one has a higher, reflection has a higher multiplier, or different HDR map even. So and this one, it just considers both the same, and this one actually it also renders a background, and doing it this way and keeping the background black, you'll have a good compositing edges, like, you know, pre-multiplied and stuff. But anyways, let us and using an HDR in a dome light, let's just unhide all the lights, and camera is just a basic camera. I prefer to use this one instead of the V-Ray one. I guess I'm just more used to it more. We'll talk about this when we get to setting up Z-Depth, I guess, but very basic. So I was saying, the dome light, there is another advantage to using dome light. Hold on one second. Let me hide the hair as well, because again, screen capture is killing my performance. So there is also an advantage to using HDR, using a dome light in an HDR. Sorry, using a dome light, putting an HDR map into a dome light texture. Okay, so I had that HDR. Let's just instance one real quick. Give it a second to load the shader balls. Okay, we'll just drag an instance, and the HDR map that I use, I got it from the Smart IBL website. Definitely check that website out. Very nice website. And if I can't. Okay, I got the double click. Funny, it's probably my mouse is acting weird. I think if we load, if we get a new like, you know, HDRI, a new one. Okay, the default option is angular. Just switch it to spherical and it should work fine. I guess there's nothing to explain here. Remember, the for HDR, the gamma is 1.0. I guess this new V-Ray version, the newer version, there's a gamma thing there, but before it was in the regular, like, bitmap loader. Otherwise, which is good, because if you forgot to load the gamma and you have like an input gamma of 2.2, you can probably turn into like a green monster, because you have gamma radiation. Okay, that's a lame joke, but anyways, nothing else done here. Also, we don't have to do it this way now, because it's there. But anyways, this is the HDR. Oh, there's an advantage to a dome light, is because I guess if you have a, like, a, you know, shadow, it has a sampling subdivision. So if you have you know, if your lighting relies primarily with the dome light, then it's nice to have a sampling control, because you don't get that here, or that should be off, by the way, and you don't get it obviously there. So I think that is just the one advantage. You can obviously also since it's like a regular direct light, you can split the specular and diffuse if you want, which is pretty handy. I don't use it all the time, but forgot why I chose to use it. But I used it anyway. So give it a second. It's freezing. Okay. Hopefully we get a good performance. There's no issue. Okay, so keep going. So that's the HDR dome. What else do we have? Let's just minimize this. Oh, yeah, and let's use the light lister instead. Okay, so let's go over probably the light. Just very simple and real quick, one by one. Also, let me get rid of this prefix, because I was doing stuffs with. Let's just sorry, I should have done this earlier, but anyways, just give it one more second, and we will also let me refresh my memory with what I have. Okay, so that's the dome light. You know, that's the intensity. Color, it will be derived from the HDR. If you hold on. Well, if you hit the visible, then it can render. But I want the, because I was comping my render layers. Even the background was comped, so I wanted a pure black for the background. I don't want to have, you know, edge issue when I comp my stuffs. So other than that, there's really nothing to this. We'll just hide one by one after we finish discussing. There's a light. Let me see if I can probably do a better way with a. Also, by the way, I was rendering my warm version at frame 10, because I was rotating the eyeballs. So the two versions earlier, I rotated in a single max file, but I split into two keyframes, so I have, you know, the instead of two pairs of eyeball, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's try to just very simply use this, and we'll kill the dome light. Well, the dome light I think doesn't we'll kill all the lights and just turn it on one by one, I guess. Okay, so it should be black, but I guess if we put a dome light there, then it's showing. Probably. Oh, anyways, never mind. Okay, so the first light is positioned there. I kind of wanna have kind of like a well, I have here a couple of few references. uh, and these are just screenshots of mm, photos that I think is pretty interesting, and I was going for this one, actually not a complete like recreation, just getting ideas. I was doing a few versions, and see which one worked. so I was going for like a left right, um, high intensity, like almost like key. But then also there's a let me show you my render result. Again, the problem with the right clicking, double clicking, sorry. So I was kind of going for a strong left and right, uh, and then also another, you know higher above. I was kind of going primarily with this lighting idea. So that's what I was shooting for. But again, it's not like a complete recreation, because I found when I was doing my lighting test, I got this um, test render. This is obviously the earlier test render. I like this a lot, like a slightly cool um, rim light, and a very like very interior um, fill, and another key light source. So but then this is obviously too yellow for my taste. So I was going for a more desaturated version, but this is the exact HDR that I use in this final warm render. It's the exact same HDR. You can see the thing there, the HDR. So it's kind of like a combination between this one and the stand with the flag at the background that I showed you a minute ago. Anyways, so I was going for that. Let me just reopen that one real quick. Okay, I was going for that one. So there's a left and right. See, this is left and right, and obviously the next obvious one is the top one. And let me show you the light size. Okay, so light size is important because it determines your shadow sharpness, and the new version, I like it a lot, because you can actually see in the OpenGL the area shadow softness. That is awesome, by the way. So keep in mind with you know light size. Setting wise, there's not much to it really. Okay, there's also a top, but this is a split. This one is just the diffuse, that hence the dash diffuse at the end, and there's another one, split specular and reflection. Okay, I guess I wanted to have a stronger specular, but I just want to split the diffuse and the specular. That's all. I want it stronger on the specular, but I don't want to overblown my diffuse, because at some point the shader, let me see which one. If it's overly bright, then it started to look fake. in one of the test renders. Let me see, not that one, but the successful ones, I guess these ones. At least to me it looks kind of, funny. So anyways, hence that's why I split the diffuse and the reflection, specular and reflection. So if I select, these are like two lights placed like instance no copied on top of each other, exactly the same length and width, and just later split. So with those two explained, and the dome explained as well, there's a rim light that if we turn it on, excuse me for 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. There's a rim light. I was saying that if we turn it on, this rim light is bluish, so it's like the HDR. 1 second, should be here. This one, and it was pointing. Basically, I like to have the the shoulder kind of pop out from the background a little, so because I guess it's a beige color against a beige color, so I want to separate it a little bit. I didn't have that glowy white background photographers used to have, like they like to for example, you've seen a lot of it, like in Look Begins, yeah, something like this. I tried it. It's very simple actually. I can just in Photoshop. If you render in layers, then you can do it in Photoshop. Don't have to do it here. Less is more in terms of lighting and rendering, because the more lights, the heavier it gets. That's why it's slightly blue, and it's pointing to the shoulder basically. Basic setting, and let me this one, this glint, is just a very tiny light, and the purpose is just to add some stuffs. Basically it's this one, but probably it's from the HDR. I'm pretty sure it's this one, the small rectangular glint, like a hotspot basically. And this one is important because it gives your subject life, and otherwise, anyways, see how it just affect reflection. Last lighting is a big light at the right side, and I remember it's slightly okay. Anyways, so this one is just to capture, to give the shirt more specular. Let me just turn the other ones off and see what's the lighting contribution. Oh, okay. So it gives this kind of because if you study shirts, they have fernel on their edges, like Fresnel reflection. It's just the way nature is. So this one's just to emphasize this Fresnel thing. Mm, I'm pretty sure I have a Fresnel fall off. Yes, in the thing, in the shirt. By the way, this is the warm shirt, beige silk. I hope it does look like silk, but I guess it's not. I don't know. And play around with the curves along with this. Then you can tweak it to get this you know silky, velvety looking shirt, because he's a celebrity. He doesn't wear you know he wears branded. Just kidding. Anyways, that's all for the light. Told you it's simple, very straightforward. Render settings, as I mentioned, give it 1 second. Okay, continuing. Render setting, oh, by the way, I didn't use Fury frame buffer. I used the regular rendered frame window, because for some reason this 3D Studio Max version 2012 is acting funny. I don't know if it's a bug or something, but it has problem with that. I don't know what you guys. I have it in the office as well, and this is my home computer. Both are Max 2012, and it has that frame buffer is kind of like freezing and stuff. But anyways, so I decided to use the regular frame buffer. So obviously I showed this in a glimpse. It's gamma. I use gamma 2.2. This is there's a lot of information about this thing already, so I guess there's no need to cover it. So the default displacement is checked, but I just turn it off. I don't wanna. I guess it's just a habit, because I'm scared with displacement. You can have a look. Nothing special here, I guess. This one, try not to leave this at 0. Click the increase button once, and what this secondary race bias is, you can just Google it. This is actually pretty important stuff, but it doesn't have to do with a photorealistic thing, though. It's got to do with some rendering thing. But anyways, sorry, I'm blabbering. But anyways, moving on, I'll just point the important settings. I'm not going to go through each one by one. Okay, for my final render, I actually used a fixed. I don't use this one. There's a reason for that. And there you go. This is my sync filter that I mentioned earlier. But anyways, there's a reason for a fixed anti-aliasing, because in my test renders I was having let me show you more issues. Hold on 1 second. Let me write that down. More issues, like more pattern issue. And if you Google about it, fixed image sampling can usually eliminate the problem, and it did. So if I show you the comparison with the earlier test render, oh, not this one, but have to locate it anyways. But okay, bear with me, please. Oh, there. Oh, there you go. This one, shirt. Okay, I was having some, if you have a repeating pattern, and it will create this called more pattern. Probably you can get more information about it. But if you come across it, if you don't, then never mind. As you can see, this one's off. The color mapping, I leave this at another gamma thing. Just leave this as 1 if you in the V-Ray color mapping, if you use this a render window. If you use the V-Ray, but I'm not gonna go through it. Maybe I was thinking of doing another like a mini tutorial on gamma, but there has been a lot videos about it anyways. So continuing, type, I almost always use this one, especially if you want to render out to like compositing packages. But if you're just rendering to Photoshop or something, I find this Reinhardt type is good because it's got a burn thing, where if like in Mantle Ray's photometric, what do you call that thing, exposure control, you can limit you can reduce the burn value to like 0.8 or something. But I don't have issue with that, so I just use a regular linear multiply. Nothing here. Okay. For the GI engine, there's a big reason to use a brute force and a light cage combination, and it's I will cover that in the Ornetrix part, because it's in the Ornetrix manual, I remember. But since I can't go online, I haven't saved the manual web page, so I'll do that in the next video. But for now, let's just talk about the settings and brute force. If you're not using an adaptive, this is probably not enough. Probably at least 32 or 64, I guess. But since it's adaptive, the default one should be just fine. This is just basic, was working enough. So anyways, if you do interior, probably for your test render, you can go with this number, and then slightly higher for your, like I don't know, 2500 is probably good, but all depends. And by default, the store direct light is checked on, but I find well, what store direct light does is basically, these are all direct lights, right? Fury plane lights, or regular spotlight or whatever, will the light gauge calculation will sort of like put the shadow calculation from the subdiffs amount and stuff. It just generally gives a poorer poorer result. So at least that's based on my experience. So I tick this off. It does render slower, but if you tick this on, your light gauge calculation is longer. So there's pretty much a pretty much end up probably still longer if you untick this. But anyways, nothing there. And then going here, for I guess final rendering, you can lower this down to like a 0.005 or 0.003, but since I know I kind of wanna since it's a still frame and I know I will be adding like some noise later, and I actually want some slight noise in my render. So I found this number is fine. I don't have to lower it down. I guess if you do animation, you kind of want to lower it down a little. Don't care about those there. Not using displacement. Okay, this is very important. The default value is 400. This is your RAM, how much RAM you allow V-Ray to use before it starts dumping the memory and reload what the bucket sees. But anyways, just the good way to figure this number out is if you have however much RAM you have. This is just an 8 gig RAM machine, and just 80% probably is so 0.8 from like 8,000, so around 6.4. I just lower it down slightly. Anyways, you can go 6.4. Also, if you have memory issue, I was having a memory issue with this because I was rendering my final render pretty large. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry for the cut. I was saying I was having memory issue because I was rendering pretty large, and so you can probably this is the bucket size that you're rendering with, so you can lower it down to like this or even lower, I guess. But it's if your bucket is slower, if your bucket is smaller, it'll end up rendering actually the total render time will be slower. And if you are like doing probably test renders, you can probably bump it up like so. It all depends on the memory, but if you have enough, then go for it. And this one, I think the default, this doesn't have to do with render time. It's just the way the bucket reveals the render. So like I think the default is triangulation, I think, but I kind of just prefer like a scan line, or sometimes left to right. Oh, and if you the interesting part is if you hit this one, then you reverse the sequence, then it goes right to left. This is actually useful, like, you know, top to bottom or left to right. It's useful if you are in a crunch and you have all your, you know, lighting calculation. For example, if you're using radiance map, this sorry, this is kind of like a detour, but a tip, I guess. If you are using all cached lighting, like, you know, calculation that can be saved. For example, if you're already saving, and then once those are saved, right, you can just use probably, you know, two computers and render the same image. Like, one is top to bottom, and if you reverse the sequence bottom to top, and then you get, you know, two computers working to crunch your rendering. Anyways, we'll leave this. And then these are the render elements. I didn't set this up for like compositing. I put the reflection, refraction, and specular passes out just in case I need it. But in the end, I didn't, you know, I didn't comp the GI on, you know, add the spec, whatever. You know, it's too complicated for this thing. Anyways, so it was active and displayed, but you know, when you're doing test render and you're using like the max regular buff frame window, these keep popping up, and it's pretty annoying. ZDef, I guess, very simply just this one. If you figure out, let me just hide the other camera. Oops. If you just like this is the near range. See this? Let me also hide the lights. As you can see, this is the near range value, which is 220, and this is the far range, which is 360. So as long as it encompasses pretty much your models, then this ZDef should work fine. And the key, the one key with ZDef is just to render it into a, like, at least a 16-bit file format, because 8-bit sometimes not enough. And that's about it, I think, for and that concludes the second video, and we will move on to the third video. Cheers.